Greetings, it is Nick. I'm here to bring you another part of the Teaching EU4 series. Since the last time, a couple things have happened. I played a little bit more, and as you might remember at the end of our last video, I was at we were at war with Granada. I finished that war, and I did it off camera because it was kind of boring. The only thing that was really interesting in the war that was the fact that my fleet got reduced, as you can see. I lost my barks and two of my heavies. I'm going to have to rebuild them. I disbanded my mercenaries because they cost too much. Now I'm only losing 0.28. I'm trying to regain my manpower. But I got this event, which is a Castile focused event once you reconquer Granada. And it says, the conversion of the Moors. After having expelled the Jews on the 3rd of August 1942, the Catholic sovereign of Spain considered, I don't know why they say Spain when Spain wasn't around in 1492, considered it was time to look after the Moorish population of Al-Danias, the southern part of the peninsula from the old Moorish kingdoms of Valencia and above all Granada. With the renewal of the Inquisition led by Thomas de Tomario, I'm sorry for the name, Spain became a country of religious fanatics where agricultural work and crafts were considered laborers unworthy of Christians. Forced conversions followed, as well as enslavement, torture, and executions where many were burned at the stake. In the wake of these persecutions, many thousands left Spain. So our two options are let those be rid of those we cannot trust. Now you see a bunch of negative stuff which you think might be pretty bad, but we get a missionary strength guy, which we're going to need because these are you can see it's corn right now, but this is a Sunni religion that'll need to be converted. The positive side to picking this, beyond the 50% cheaper advisor, which is always amazing, is it forces the religion to change the Catholic. It also changes. You can see the places they change the Catholic. They change the Catholic. But you get negative modifier, negative tax, and unrest, which means rebellions, and also the Moors, which are these people turn to Tunis, which means Tunis will get an event to embrace the Moors. And Catholicism gains 2% reform desire. Reform desire, as I mentioned in another video, is important. Once, let me show you. So here's the reform desire number. Right now it's at 19.5. Once it breaks, I think 100 is the number. It says this is how much reform desire is desired in the church. If it goes too high, we may see large-scale heresies forcing reformation upon the church. This level was common throughout the entire Catholic world, and actions by any Catholic monarch may increase it. But I don't care. We're staying Catholic. So we don't really care about the Reformation, and we would have to do a lot of work that is outside of the scope of this campaign to try to stop the Reformation from spreading. It's possible to stop the Reformation from spreading. You have to stomp down on it as soon as it appears, but that's not for us to do. And a bunch of free religious conversions cost money. A bunch of free religious conversions is always is always preferable. Now, the other side gives you, if Catholicism loses reform desire, you gain stability, which is great. That's 100-something admin powers that points that you don't spend. and you get stability cost modifier. Tolerance of the true faith means more rebellions in your own. Tolerance of heretics, tolerance of heathens means less rebellions, like here and here and here. But now let's be rid of those we cannot trust. And thus they're Catholic. I have a lot of not worried at running on a deficit yet. You can see I have a fort here that I'm going to keep on. It's a mountain fort, which is nice. France is currently beating the ever-living crap out of England. Well, they were beating the ever-living crap out of them. It'll be interesting. One thing you can check in the ledger, say, like, we want to see who started this war and why. So you go to relations. You're kidding me? Okay, you can't in vanilla. Okay, so there might be some things in some of these places where I go to do something, and I realize that I can't, and that's because it's an expansion only feature, DLC only feature. Understand that I don't know that every feature in every DLC and what's only in the DLCs. It's been years that I've had some of these things. Well, in the DLCs, you can go and you can find out the reason for the war, like what the war is for, and who started it. But maybe wait, you can. Okay, it's in current relations. So current wars. Good. I'm glad they didn't take that out. And I'm at speed 5 because I've been playing on my own, and I play at speed 4 and speed 5 a lot. Unless something specific is happening that I need to wait on. Even conduct most of my wars at speed 4, but that's because I've been playing for a long time and I'm comfortable fighting wars at that speed. Anyway, let's find France and England and see why they're at war. Okay. So Scotland, France's ally, is trying to conquer Udaleth, which is right here. But they are getting smacked around by England, which isn't surprising because normally France doesn't have enough of a navy yet. Morocco's announced this as a new rival. In Morocco, whatever you want. Yeah, France doesn't have enough of a navy yet to cross the English Channel, and the AI is not very good at landings. It'll happen occasionally. I'm not going to say I've never seen France conquer England. But usually Scotland has a really rough time against England. France is doing what it can on the mainland, conquering all the English occupying all the English provinces. But unless they can find a way to get their troops across into England, well, good luck with that. While we're waiting, we're gonna build more. We're gonna build ships. We're gonna build 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna build some trade ships here, or a trade ship. So that'll put us at 16 or 21, and then we're gonna build more trade ships. Here, here, and here. Then we're gonna put our army maintenance at like half-ish. That way, troops will still be reinforcing, but we're gonna stay in the positive. And we have a chance to get new technology, the attack, which we will take. Now we can build the marketplace, which is a building that will increase our income. It's important to build buildings to increase your income because your expenses go up as your troops get better. So throughout the game, your maintenance and stuff goes up. It's at speed 5. Watch the result of this war. I'm hoping France doesn't get stuck in an endless war because we need them later. You can see there's even a modifier fought to the end, which we get for hanging into their war. And defended our provinces because we fought in France to help them. We have a new pope. The Papal Conclave has elected Innocent VIII. He is loyal to the papal state, which is the new papal control. The Pope answers only to God. We have a couple of provinces that are part of our... And I've talked about unrest before. You can see here, the green means no unrest, the yellow means some unrest, and the orange means a lot of unrest. Red means almost. Red means pretty much you're gonna get rebels. Alright, so we've stopped proving with the papal state, and we might actually see if the papal state wants an alliance. You're allied of Aragon? You won't, because you're allied to my rival. Or boohoo. That's not nice of you. We're gonna invest some influence into trying to become the papal controller. And you can see that sword by chance we now at the moment we have a 40% chance of becoming the next courier controller. The courier controller is this is something only Catholics can do, by the way. Catholic nations. Stability has the following benefits. You get stability cost modifier minus 10%, an extra diplomat, which is always helpful. Yearly prestige is great. Advisor cost minus 20 is amazing. Possible advisors plus 2 is good. Possible advisors means that the base amount of advisors that you see for each group is 3. There are things that you can do that will increase the amount that you see. More advisors equals more choices. Technology cost minus 5 is amazing. Leaders without upkeep. You're limited in the amount of military leaders you can have at one time. Is good, and aggressive expansion impact minus 20 is amazing. And also the papal control may take the fall diplomatic. You can excommunicate people who have a bad relation with you, like your rivals. And that'll mean that nations can declare war on them without needing a casus belli. And it'll also they'll have bad relations with all other Catholic countries. And then you can call for crusades on Sunnis. And then that'll give like morale of army, income bonuses, and a whole bunch of other things. Let's find something we can do with our diplomats. They shouldn't just be sitting here. So what we're going to do, one thing, is we're going to fabricate on them. They're no longer allied with Tunis, which is great. That'll make conquering them a lot easier. We're probably gonna. Oh, let me talk to you about the Iberian wedding event, which hasn't fired, by the way. I promise you, even if I'm not recording a video, I'm just playing because I'm probably not going to show you every second of this campaign. I'm going to show you the main things because this is a teaching series. I promise you that if and when the Iberian wedding fires, I will get it on camera. But let me talk to you a little bit about how the setup for how the Iberian wedding is going to work. What we're going to do here is we are going to India is arrival. We haven't uploaded them. We're going to who you hate. You hate France, Aragon, and us. We're going to reach out to Poland, see if we can get an alliance with them. This is between borders. We're going to work on that. So we're going to improve relations. We want to get a royal marriage with them. Poland has too many diplomatic relations. I think Denmark hates England. We're going to improve relations with Denmark, see if we can get an alliance with them. Now, Denmark looks small, but Denmark has Sweden, Norway, and Holstein, which is a one province. Right here. Or two province minor. How did you... Oh. Denmark gave you one of their provinces. Anyway, Denmark has Sweden, which is this big country, and Norway as their junior partners in the Union. It's called the Kalmar Union. It's a historical thing that happened. Anyway, the Iberian wedding. So here's how it happens. If either country has a male king and the other country has a female king and or heir, the Iberian wedding can fire and bind the dynasties together. So we have a male king and a male heir. So we're hopeful that Aragon will have they have a male king and a male heir, so it's not going to happen yet. You can see we're the same dynasty. But it could happen if something happens if he dies, and then he's age 7, so that's not good. But an event could happen that kills him. Anyway, I just wanted to check in and show off this this part of the campaign. I know you guys are used to long videos for now. I'm not going to leave this video long. I'm in fact going to end it right here, and I will be back if and when something meaningful happens that shows that allows me to teach something else. Right now it's just a lot of waiting around, and we're just going to skip that. Oh, you're going to skip that. Anyway, till next time, I'm Red Hunter. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Remember, if you have any specific questions about this campaign or about the game, I'll do my best to answer them. I can even tell you about what DLC I recommend if you have to get like only a handful of them. But if you can afford it and they're on sale, I recommend Art of War, Right of Man, and I think it's either Conquest of Paradise or Wealth of Nations as definite ones. If you can only get one, get Art of War. If you can only get two, get Art of War and Right of Man. and we'll see for the other ones. I'll have to take a closer look. Till next time. Bye bye.